So let's continue on the framework. Before one more thing, I forget to say. So like tong tong. So like when you use your GPS signal, it will eat up a lot of power, like a lot of battery. Like it's use a lot of battery for the location service. So it's not your battery but your user battery, right? And like they also don't want to waste a lot of battery for that one. So there's one thing here. If you can see, before we set the location manager dot start updating the location. So like every 3 seconds it update the location, right? So it will constantly use your GPS signal. But in this case, we have something like we call star monitoring significant location change. Right, so something like that one. If you just want to update the map, if you see some significant change, then you update. If you don't move at all or you just stay there, so don't update the thing, don't redraw the map, don't get update the GPS signal. So if you use this one, it will save a lot of battery. Okay, so if you don't want to your app to be really real time, if you can accept some latencies, it should be okay. Okay, so we get to the next thing. The next thing will be the camera, right? So here we have the camera and we have the segue to this one. So the segue here we have image view to display the image we just taken, and pick the function to get the image from the camera roll, and this one the camera to capture the image using the phone camera. And of course, when you run on this one, I disable the camera because the simulator doesn't have a camera, right? So I need to disable this one. If I just use this one, I click on this one, it will crash. So how can we check for the camera? How can we check if the camera is available? Then you can disable this one, and then if you run on your phone, you should able to use that. That's one, right? For example, let me show this one first. You pick. It will show the picture from the library, and then you can select the picture, right? And we choose, right? This is the image we just select. And if on the phone, if like I cannot run my phone on the I cannot show my phone screen on this one because the QuickTime only can recording one thing at a time. It cannot record my phone, right? So if I tap on the camera, so it will display the camera. So this one you access to the phone camera, right? And then when you take the picture and you use it, so it will display. So same thing, right? One thing you get the image from your camera roll, and another thing is you get it directly from the picture you take. Right? If in your app you want to build something like that one, you can use exactly the same thing here. So how do we build that one? So the camera, what do we need to do? They only build the framework for you called the UI image picker controller. UI image picker controller, right? So what is it? If you want to do something like that one, now you know that you need to have something like the UI image picker controller delegate. Just add the delegate to the thing, and you go to that delegate. You will see what you need to, what is the protocol that's required. You need to build, right. So for this delegate, you have things like the image picker controller did finish big media with info, meaning that either you select the image from the camera roll, or you get the new image from what you have taken, right? So and then here you can get the original image. It will be stored inside this one, the info. The info is actually a dictionary. The key value thing had the string and any object here. So this is the string you use to get the image. Whatever you just select it, or you just take the picture, it will store in this key. So you get access to the key inside the info, and then you cast that one to the UI image, and then you just display that one into your image view. right? Okay, so you see the dismiss here. Why you need to manually dismiss this one? So it's all your responsibility when you this I have two functions to action for the two button there. So right, we had a button to have a pic and the camera. So here if I click on the, where is it, wrong one, this one, right? If I click on the pic an image from album from camera roll, like, so I can set everything like the delegate here, right? You see everything the same. You only need to set the delegate. You get extension to that delegate. You go to that delegate and get the protocol you need to implement, right? And then the source type. This is where you set the source. Where do you get the image? Here I get the image from the photo library, and here I get the image from the camera, right? Camera meaning it's enable for me to use the camera to take a picture, right? So this is how you get access to the camera, right? And here you see you let the image picker the UI image picker controller. So this is the framework that iOS built for you. You get this view controller. So what's that view controller? So this one. This is the view controller that iOS already built for you. You just get that one and just display it. So you just present the view controller and you present this one. So if you manually present this one, it's on your responsibility to dismiss it, right? After people already complete select the picture, like they did finish picking the image, then you need to dismiss it. Similar thing if it get cancelled, like people click on this one, hey I change my mind, I don't want to select anymore, I click on cancel, right? So you also need to handle the dismiss thing, right? So this is quite straightforward to use the camera. And here you have this is how I check if the camera is available. So you check for the eSource type available. Right. This is just for you to run on the simulator. You don't want the app crash on the simulator because it doesn't have the camera. So I disable this button. Right. But normally you build the app to run on the phone and you don't need to check this one. The phone should always have the camera. I don't see any reason why they take out the camera on the phone, right? It should always available. Okay. So clear on the camera thing. Easy, right? Very straightforward. Very like you should be very familiar with the way we code for Swift already. Delegating, getting the delegate, and then get the protocol, implement the protocol all the time. Right. Next thing, the AV Foundation. AV Foundation is what again this one. It will. This will be small. This one. When I tap on the AV Foundation, it will go to this screen, and this one is display the. It's not display the screen, but display the camera. My live view on the camera, and this is the button, and this is the image view. So actually, what do we have here is the stack view. So I had a horizontal stack view here. I put one thing here, and I don't need to set a bunch of the constraint. Just very simple stack view. Because this one is use the camera, and I cannot run this on the simulator, and I need to try on my phone. No, it's not a stable view. You just put the thing into the stack and you say you want, hey, how many percent for this button, how many percent for the image view.
So like image percentage.
Yeah, it's the class of the UI image view. It's not like the sorry, not the UI view. UI view, it's a subclass UI view. Okay, so here's how it look like. Cannot run on the simulator. So here you have this area is display. So now I didn't use anything related to camera, but it's still, so this one I manually add this thing. Why do we want to do this one? Right, if you want to manually create your camera capture screen, right? You want to have some feature, some action, some more button here, then you need to manually write it in. right? You cannot by default. Let me get back to this one. The camera. Okay, so by default it just have one button here. Just take the picture and then you cancel. If you want to have some other feature, like you want to, for example, you see something like Instagram, like you take a picture and it has some filter for you. You want to apply the filter directly to the picture, or you want to crop the image to don't want to take the full picture, but you want to crop into the square, something like that. Then you need to manually create, like the one from the camera just like that. And I go back to this one. I use the AV foundation, something like that. And then when I tap the picture, so it will save the image here. Very small here at the corner. I don't know if you can see. Just review on this one. How do I do this one manually? And then how do I save the picture to this one, to this very small little box here? Okay. So we go back to the AV foundation. Okay. So this one, we need to import the AV foundation. Like this one, it's similar to when you want to play the video. It's play the live video on the phone. When I moving the phone, it capture the thing around, but it's not saving anything, right? So we have here the video preview layer. So this is actually a layer, and then here when you check and the thing here, so we need to create a session for this one. When you use the AV foundation, you need to create a session to play that video. So here basically I will get the session, and then we have something like a can add input and can add output, and we have the still image is what I need to capture the still image of that one, right? I move the thing around and I capture the here you can see here, this is where the still image is. Okay, here. Okay, so I capture the still image of this one. It's just a layer. It's moving the phone like this one. I just capture one moment, and then I display that one. And I add the layer. So you see here, preview and then layer, add sub layer. So I just add one layer on that one, on that the bit. Where is it? Okay. So this one I add layer by layer. Every time, every like few milliseconds, I'm taking some picture and then I display that layer here. So remember before you had something like S sub view, right? So you have something like view.s sub view, and in this time you don't add the sub view, but you add a layer. You don't add any view here, but you just add a layer on this box to display the thing, like continuously display the thing like this one. So this is the code for you to do that one. You add the sub layer. For the layer you need to dot layer, and then you can add the layer. For view you don't need to add view, but normally it's already view, then you just view.add sub view, right? And this is for layer, you need to like dot layer and dot add sub layer, and then it will have that thing constantly update on the big rectangular for you. And then this is where you capture the button. So it capture the image from here AV capture still image output. So from the screen it just capture one moment from that screen, right? From the upper rectangular here, it capture that one, and then it's saved and it's displayed. Now after that one you have the image data here, and then you can cast that one to the UI image, and then you display here, right? You display that one. This is the capture image view, the little thing at the lower corner of the view. Okay, if you just want to use the camera, then just use like the way we do before on the camera view controller. It's much more easier. You don't want to manually do a bunch of things unless you want to create some more button on the screen that where you take the image. You can take the image first, and then later whatever you want to process the image, you can do it later, right? You don't need to do the fancy thing like you can apply the filter real time on the image you can see, right? Yeah, something it's for you to choose. This is the easier way to use the camera. This is the AV foundation, the more complicated one. Okay, so one last thing, where is it? The last thing is about the contact. So before we run that one, let me, okay, the simulator, I reset the container setting. So what does it mean when I reset the container setting? So basically, I reset the whole simulator for the iPhone 6 on my Mac. So it's clear on the setting. I run the app again and I show you some of the permission request. Okay, right. I already reset, so it's my phone is brand new now. It's not in here, and then we run the app. Okay, so for example, now I access to this one again. So what do you see? Like it will pop up the message and asking for the permission, right? And you see this one to show location when you using the app, right? Where how can we customize that line? So this one is preset. You cannot customize the one on the top. This one will be like that. So it will allow to see your app name, to access your location while you use the app, right? The only thing you can customize this one, the little thing here. You can write down whatever you want, but remember where you set that one, right? In the info.plist. Okay, here, right? So when it's display this one, if the user click don't allow, then good luck. It will not display this one again. Even you run the app, it will not display this one again. Right? You need to manually go to setting and enable that again to be able to use the app. Right? So I say allow, and then it can. Actually, I need to go to debug and the location. I need to update the location. See? Oh, before I change, I also want to significant change. So it's not changing anything. So I don't think it's moving. Is it? The free right? Like before I did change to the only update the map if I had some significant change, but I haven't changed anything, so it's staying still there. Okay, never mind. Okay, then I show you the thing that I talked before. How can we get the user like more likely to click on allow? So for example, now if I click on contact, okay, excuse me, I just display something like this. This is just my custom alert controller. So I just display, hey, I'm about to asking for your permission. You want to give me your permission? Like if people say no, cancel. Oh, never mind, no problem. I add again later. I save that time. I only have one chance, right? I save that chance. Okay, you don't allow me. Okay, fine. I go back later. So again, later I go back asking again, right? So if people only click OK on this screen, more likely they will OK on this screen, right? They only allow you in previous screen. There, it should be fine. They know why do you want to access to this area. Then they will click OK on this one, right? I show the code later, but then we're talking about the contact. So here, this one is the contact UI where you can get the get access to your contact list. For example, this is just the dummy thing on the simulator. It has a list of just few. So if you select one, so it will display. You will get the information of that one and get or update on the table view, right? So here you only add like one by one, right? How can you get bunch? You don't want to like you have a list of 100 or 1000 contacts. You don't want to get one by one. How can you get bunch? Right. So if you go back to this one, the contact, where is it? Okay, so we had a contact view controller DC. Okay, so yep, so the delegate again, right? We setting the delegate somewhere, should be okay under the get contact. Then you where the delegate, where did we set the delegate? It should be setting the delegate somewhere. Where is it? Oh, here. So we set the contact picker to be the CN contact picker. So this is another pre-built view controller from iOS. So you set this one to be this one, and then the delegate. And we need to set the delegate here. Go to this delegate. You have a few function, a few protocol you need to implement. The first one is the contact picker. This select contact. So if people this select the contact, right? Then what you want to do, and another thing is the did cancel. If people don't want, they change their mind, they don't want to select that one, so just cancel this one, just simply dismiss the view controller. And then here you have another function called did select contacts with this one, the multiple contact one. If you go to this delegate, you can see that function, but then let me remove that one, don't complain. Okay, when you have something like that, this one, you run in the Apple class, it will complain. Hey, you want to select one or you want to select multiple? Just choose one. Make up your mind and then choose one. So like, hey, I say okay, so I will select multiple, right? I select multiple contact like this one. So I just copy the thing here. I select multiple contact after I had thing like this, and I need to append the new contact to the object, right? So it will be, is it right? Okay, contact, and then when I click add, see, so it's now it had a checkbox for you to select multiple things. Still you cannot like select all, or they don't have the function for you like to select all and add everything at once, but still better than select one and add, select one and add, right? So like we done, and then we add in. I think something went wrong. No, I didn't reload the table. Okay, so just reload the table and it should show up. Okay, let's get back to the thing. You see, okay, so here you see get contact. Like, so first I will check for the status, for the authorization status. Right, I check if my app already had a authorization to access to the contact list. So if the status is something like not determined, meaning I have never opened the app before, it will be not determined, right? So if I see this one, then I can say, I just show the message, hey, just can you give me your contact, give me the access to the contact, right? And then in here we have the OK handler, and then we have the cancel handler, right? Meaning the function we want, the block we want to run if people click on OK, and the block we want to run if people click on cancel, right? So if people click on cancel, so it say, hey, no problem, I will ask later, and then I go out. And then if people people click on OK, meaning if I'm ready to grant you access, then that's the time I will go to ask for the access, right? There's, you see here, so I will go to the request for access, so it will be here. Okay, so if I go to the request for access, right, here I check again if the check again the authorization status, if that's one is the deny or not determined, then now I request the access. This is the time it display the real one, it display the real question, and that question is just display once, right? So before you make sure that people really want to they understand what you are going to do with the contact, and then you have some idea for people, and they ready to give you access. Then you go to here, only now you ask for the access. right? So by doing that way, you're able to get more chance for you. Usually, I used to read a good article. They have some tip that how we are going to like they increase the percentage. They do some experiment before they just right away ask that question, like, and then they had the percentage of people accept the request, and then they do some more UI improvement, some more user experience change, some UX change, and then the result is significantly improved, like nearly 100% people get access on that one. I can post, I can take a look on that article and send you later. YouTube with some very good good explanation. This is based on the psychology as well. Not people will tend to uh, accept to the thing if they only had some idea before. Not like just right away jump into the app and then, hey, I want to get your location, I want to get your camera. And, yep. Okay, so that's all for